Welcome to day one of 100 days of VBA, my attempt to learn VBA from scratch in 100 days. So today what we're going to do is enable the developer tab in Microsoft Excel, which actually gives us access to the VBA screen, and then write our first macro just to say hello world in our spreadsheet. So to enable the developer option, which will appear here, we need to come up to Excel and Preferences. So I'm working on a Mac. If you're working on Windows, this will be under the File menu. Come to Ribbon and Toolbar, close the Home one, scroll down and tick the Developer option and hit Save. Then once we close this window, the Developer option has now appeared for us. And now to open Visual Basic or VBA, then we need to hit the icon here, and there we have it. And this is the Visual Basic screen. So you can see we've got a load of options up the top and some stuff down the left-hand side, which I'll just run through the key bits very quickly. So top left, you've got an Excel icon, takes you back to Excel. Then next to that, we've got an insert button. I'll come to that in a second. We've got save, which saves our whole Excel workbook with the attached VBA code. And then we've got options to run, pause, and then these options show and hide these boxes on the left. So what are these boxes on the left? First, we've got our project outline. So you can see we've got our VBA project, which is attached to book one, which is the name of my Excel file currently. In there, we've got our Microsoft Excel objects. So we've got this workbook, which is the whole of my Excel file. And then we've got sheet one. So if we were to jump back into Excel and create sheet two has now appeared in there as well. The other thing we might have in there are modules. So I'm going to say insert module here. And this is where we'd actually write our macros. Below we have the properties object. So for our module, it just has a simple property, which is name. So I'm going to call it first module with no spaces. You're not allowed to have spaces or special characters in those names. Now, in our module, I'm going to write our first macro. So to start with, I'm just going to say sub, and then call it macro with two brackets there. And then when I hit enter, it automatically adds end sub to there as well. And in there, I'm just going to paste some code from the official Getting Started guide. So you can see we've got application, active sheet, range. So application is our Microsoft Excel application. The active sheet is the active sheet in the Excel right now. So that's currently sheet 2. If we were to move there, we could go back to sheet 1. We're going to select a range. So we can select the range as just the cell A1. We're going to select that range. So it's now active. And then you can say application selection. So that's what's been selected here in our application. So that'll be cell A1 and set the value to hello world. So up here, I'm going to hit the play button. And we can see in here what's going to happen is when I run it, there you go, hello world's going to appear. And we can run that from Excel as well. So if I clear hello world, come up to macros, you can see I called our macro, and then hit run, then hello world will appear. There you go, that's your first macro already. So to recap in this video, we enabled the developer option in the menu tab and wrote our first macro. Looking forward to day 2.